Hi everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're doing an update on my Blood Red Skies Midway project. I got the starter set. I also picked up the extra boxes with the US and Japanese bombers. So I've been working on and off through the holidays. I apologize I haven't had quite as many videos as I normally do, but it was a pretty busy time. One of the things I was working on was these aircraft, and I've got them to a state that I'm pretty happy with. I'm sure there's more work I could do with them, but for right now I'm going to call them done. So these are the planes that come in the Dauntless and Devastator box. So it was a little box. I did an unboxing last month about them. They are pivotal planes if you're recreating the Battle of Midway or any action before Midway. I've decided to use decals from Miscellaneous Miniatures, and I'll put a link in the video description below for these planes rather than use the decals out of the box set. I did use those for my Zeros, and I was quite happy with those as well. The Warlord ones weren't bad, but I wanted to do some specific squadrons, and Miscellaneous Miniatures was able to help out. So you'll notice these two groups of planes don't look the same. They have different markings. The Devastators, the TBD Devastators, I did up as they might appear at the Battle of Coral Sea, and the markings you can see are much more colorful for that time period. A few months later, and you might have seen me talking about this in the my Wildcats video, they revised the paint scheme for the Navy fighters, getting rid of the red, the candy cane striping on the tail, you know, the red dots in the middle, so they looked much more like this. So this was between Coral Sea and Midway that this change happened, and then this type of marking that you'll see here on the Dauntless is what soldiered on through the Guadalcanal campaign and so on. So I like both of them. I didn't want to, so I wanted to have both kind of, you know, in my collection, even though technically they never would have appeared together like this. I figure either my scenario is going to be dive bombers or it's going to be torpedo bombers, probably not both at the same time, but who knows. Either way, you know, I did it because I like it and I thought it was cool. It also kind of matches how I did my Wildcats. These are pretty much done now as well. You can see I have some for Coral Sea, and I have some painted up as you might find them at Midway. I can't get these guys on the stands though, because the base, I don't know if I can show you this. See the little triangular plug for the stand is larger on the Dauntless than it is on the Wildcat. Well, it's larger on every plane except the Wildcat. For some reason the Wildcat's little triangle is super small and it does not fit. So either I've got to carve this bigger or carve a set of these smaller. Now the other option I have is, I heard on the forums, and I forget who suggested it because props to them, is trying some Hawk widgets. Now Hawk Wargaming did Drop Zone Commander, which is a game that I love, and they have some cool widgets that keep their planes on the ends of their flight stands. So I'm probably going to look at that somewhere in a box. I have some Hawk widgets, and maybe I'll just use them for my Wildcats. But otherwise, you can see I've got all 6 Wildcats from the starter box painted up, plus my 6 3 Devastators, 3 Dauntlesses painted up. So now I'm ready to do, probably the next thing on the table is going to be a how to play, and then hopefully a battle report or 2 down the line as well. We'll see how popular those are if we want to continue them. But I do love the Pacific Theater, and I do want to add to them. I would love to add some buffalo fighters, because they were present at the Battle of Midway. It would be a good you know, a good addition to the collection. I know that they had Warlord had an exclusive PBY Catalina, I believe, which I did not pick up, but I would love to have that as part of the collection. you know, there's just a few planes if you're going to flesh out Midway that we don't necessarily have here. On Midway Island itself, there were a section from Torpedo Squadron 8 that did have Avengers, TBF Avengers. So there were a couple of Avengers that took part in the Battle of Midway as well, not just Devastators. So, sorry, I could talk for hours probably on the minutia of all this stuff, but so the question to you guys is, do you know a good producer, or did Warlord produce a Buffalo fighter that I missed? If it's out there, let me know down in the comments below. Any other planes you might suggest for, you know, Coral Sea, Midway, Guadalcanal type time period, let me know as well. I am looking forward to adding Corsairs, and I actually did pick up some decals for them. But they're going to be a little for a little bit later time period, you know, 1943 instead of when we're talking about 1942 for these guys. All right, guys, there you go. That's just a quick update on my Blood Red Skies project to let you know that I haven't forgot about it. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. Click that bell to receive notification when we release new content. As always, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.